It is a plunger. Let's see, because I have not actually played this.
So
this is going to be fun. Yeah, unfortunately, when we're...
Okay, all right. So, we weren't sure, so thanks for letting us know. It's always better they just make sure we, you know, don't cross anything. But yes, the alert stuff and everything, I just spent the last week or two learning all of that. Luckily, I deal with a lot of different programs and things like that just for... work just for work, since I do video production and stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Once you set up the alert box and you just kind of tell it, I don't know, what are you using? We're using Streamlabs OBS. What do you use to stream?
You know, I mean, we
Drain.
try to give them medicine, education, roads.
Funny story, one of our good friends, 00701, he got a computer science degree in the late 90s. That's how old he is. And then with all those tech companies like fell off, there's a big drop, crash. So he never used it. He was a Walmart manager. He made good money. Walmart manager for years, and now he does IT, but they didn't care about his computer science degree at all. Yeah, so Streamlabs, you can just add a source for the alerts. Oh, a flight attendant. That's awesome. That's how I could get over my fear of flying. Is if I was a flight attendant, I'd be forced into that. So yeah, you just add an alert box, and then you just go to the actual website, your Streamlabs, and you can set up all your individual alerts, and then you just check the box on which ones you want to show up. So it's pretty cool. We don't have it set up on here, unfortunately, right now. But we will be able to show that when we switch to the arcade here. And I don't know what time. How much time is it?
Killing the indigenous.
Here in the next couple of minutes,
But there's one thing that's sure.
we will be switching over there. So I hope that you will stick with us for that. It might take a few minutes for us to get some of the equipment over here. I'd say 10 minutes max. Oh, yeah, and here's the other thing, and I don't know if you've set this up. So, if you set up a loyalty store, people can cash in their loyalty points. And, you know, it's like a GIF or a sound or whatever, or both. It just was not going off during our stream. You have to still set up custom alerts with the same picture and sound for the alert to go off. And it took, I didn't know I had to, you had to create it in the loyalty store, right? And then you still have to go over to your alerts and create a custom alert, basically saying, if someone, you know, redeems this specific thing, this is what's shown. And I didn't know that. I'm like, well, why isn't it being shown?
Well, it's, that's it, man.
That's all he wrote. What did you get your score?
Yeah, I'm not very proud of that score. I know.
Well, you got to put it in there because you have no score.
Gotta do it. I gotta do it.
This is our last table for tonight before we switch over.
Shoot the blue targets for Navi scored.
So I have a really cool video that I've shot over probably the last 5 years of all the creation and building of this barcade. And we're going to kind of have it as a video, as our trailer for our channel. Since I do video production, I'm like, well, you know, I should probably be leveraging that skill on there for that. So it's hard. I mean, I've gone to people's channel and like we were watching somebody and they're just playing chess. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with chess. It's just like, you know, there's like what 200 people watching chess.
Take another crack at it.
I'm like, that's cool. There's just, you know, there's such a variety of things that you can do on Twitch. I think now more than ever, because before I felt like it was more just gamers. But I was watching a cooking one earlier. It was cool.
Your You're not in Kansas anymore.
Whoa, you know what? I am in Kansas. Always. I'm always in Kansas. You can't escape it. Once you drive through Kansas, it just feels like it goes on forever.
You're on Pandora, ladies and gentlemen.
I've already beaten your score in the 2 minutes I've been playing.
Oh, I did terrible. I did terrible.
So maybe you were an early bloomer on Pinball, but we've now switched places.
Hey, hey, Chad. I got some games in. I got some high scores.
You got actually beat my score and got some top scores ever.
Yeah.
Forever.
So I may be doing bad right now, but I'll come.
You know, actually, there is one more table that I want to play that actually is the perfect table to end on. I completely spaced it out, so we actually are going to play one more table after this.
All right, cool.
We're going to play this one more time. You need to redeem your score, I feel.
Yeah. I just.
What's my score on this thing?
Let me check.
Oh, well, it's going to be your turn.
31 million. Let me see what I can do here, guys. I'm gonna get in this.
So, Umbry, have you set up any of your like chat commands and stuff like that? That took me actually contacting Streamlabs because I was like, none of these work, until I realized that the problem was I just wasn't putting a space. So here's one. We can actually try this one right now if you want to join in. All you need to do is just copy the same thing that I type and you can join in. Okay? So here we go. And anybody else in chat that wants to join in can also do it.
That's a gorgeous brain. Nice activity.
All right, so we can get... there's still something weird about the payouts, but I can give the payouts myself, so that's not really the end of the world. But if you type that... There we go. All right, so here, and I think it's like 2 minutes. I need to make the time less. It'll kind of... It's random. I wrote this story, so if you don't like it, you can blame me, because I wrote this story. I'm going to change it up, I think, once a month. The heist. But this is a fun one. You can do slots. You can do betting, tic-tac-toe. You can have the chat bot give messages over a certain amount of time, like, hey, if you like what you see, follow us, and all this other stuff. I've only been streaming for, what, 2 months?
2 months.
2 months, that's it. But here's the thing. We've talked about all this stuff that I have in here. I do everything like 150%. I am always called extra. So it didn't give you any points, and that's not fair. But you can read that out. That's kind of... We did win.
And I got the multi-ball. Almost went straight drain on both of those balls.
He's in alpha.
Shoot the blue targets to start Navi scoring.
That's the only reason. It's what pays for the whole party.
Initiate link.
Navi scoring. Haven't gotten lost in the woods, have you?
So what made you decide to kind of shift and do more, I don't know, is it common streaming? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I see it's time to...
So fairly new. Well, welcome. I mean, I think that's close to, well, maybe we started like late April. All right, even though, because you did enter in for some reason. That's the thing, is
Getting soft on me.
yeah, you know, that's kind of how I started. I actually talked for years about doing a stream, and I had some stuff happen last year, and it just kind of was, you know, really dragging me down. And I'm like, hey, you know, I got all this stuff, and this is a great way to just interact with people and just kind of get out of that funk. So, and it's been great. I mean, and what's awesome is, you know, me and Dad have been able to spend more time hanging out. Oh yeah. So my rough time started 2022 actually as well. I actually started off the year with COVID, and I got COVID 3 times that year. And since I own my own business and I work for myself, I was out of work. And if you don't work for somebody else, the wheel isn't turning. So it's just, yeah, it was just horrible. Yeah, so, and it just one thing after another. I had a bad breakup, you know, towards the end of the year, and it was completely unexpected. You know, 5 years, so that was really hard. Got a new job that kind of integrated what I was already doing, and it was supposed to be long term, but you know, the economy sucks, so they let people go, and it's just one thing after another. And I feel like a lot of people really, the whole COVID scenario, whether people got it or not, it really just, it hit people hard. You know, in a lot of different ways. People lost jobs. And now with the way the economy is, I feel like everybody's laying people off. Even, I enjoy working for myself. It's just, it's so much work, right? You know, you got to do your own marketing. You got to do all this other stuff. And I just kind of been focused on doing this streaming thing. You know, I feel like I got enough money saved up to get myself through the summer and, you know, try to get this going. And, I got all this stuff already here. I already spent the money and time building this, so there's no reason not to, really.
Yeah, not really.
Did you get? It looks like there's a better score going on there.
Oh, I definitely beat my previous score. I definitely beat it. I got multi-ball twice, I think.
So we're going to be ending our pinball portion, not our entire stream. There will be... Our stream will turn off for a little while because we are switching to different devices, so just hold tight. I'd say probably 15 minutes to kind of change things up. But we're going to be doing one more table. It's a custom table. It's not a real pinball table. It's video game based, too, which is awesome. It's like a love letter to arcades. It's a really fun table.